friends, guess what I finally got in the mail? My December Mani and Me. This box has been sitting in a USPS hub in Texas for about a week. So, finally, it got here. Annoying when you can see it on the tracking where it's at and it's not moving for like 7 days. And you think, okay, did they lose it? Did someone take it? So anyway, I finally got it. So what we're gonna do is the usual. While I kind of clean off my mat here, which is, as usual, a mess. We're gonna open this up. We're gonna look it over, and we are going to do the manicure that is shown on the cards for this video. So, all right. Let me make sure I've got all of my stuff together, which I don't, as usual. All right, so I've got my a couple of nails here so that I can use those to do some swatches on, and then we'll go from there. So do some swatches and do a couple of the suggested manicures that they have in here. Usually there's one or two, there's usually at least one, sometimes two. So I have tried to avoid looking at anybody else's box so that I can just look at mine. So here we go. Let's open this up. You saw me just cut it open, so we are right here. Okay, so here we are. Here's our two cards. We have our first is our introduction card. Step into another dimension with December's Magic Portals Mani by Me. This collection will transport your nails to an otherworldly wonderland with dreamy, surreal designs. It comes with two exclusive plates, MXM 141 and MXM 142. Plus, it comes with two early release polishes, Pearl Prism B535, which is a soft baby blue stamping polish with a pearly finish, and Blue Beam B536, which is an electric blue cream stamping polish. And also the bonus item of the month is a mini Magic Portals Lotus mat, which is nice because my current Mani Lotus mat is filthy. So that way we will be able to have a nice clean one to work with. Okay, and so Beyond the Veil Manicure is what they have shown for us today. And oh wow, it is a very intricate reverse stamp, and I don't see me doing all of that. We're going to do part of a reverse stamp, but I'm not going to do all of that. So anyway, yes. So let's dig into the box, shall we? Okay, so we know this is our Lotus mat, so we'll go ahead and open that up. Like I said, I need a new Lotus. I like to have more than one because I'm pretty lazy. When I get done doing my nails for the day, I really don't want to mess with cleaning off my Lotus mat or anything else. So this is a mini Lotus mat, which is the same size that I have right now. So it's a perfect size for me to use right here. So let's pull this box out of the way and put our Lotus mat down here. And these are silicone, so they're really easy to clean. It's just a matter, honestly, of taking them into the bathroom and putting a little soap and water on them. Oh, I like this one. This is new. Embrace your inner artist, or at least it's not a sticker I've received before. So we'll put that over to the side. And first we're going to look at our new plates. So this is plate MXM 141. So this is where they got the picture that they used for their Mani on their plate. God, it's so hard sometimes to get these things off of here. Drive me crazy. Here we go. Finally getting it. So looks like they used this one, this stamp right here, because I can see from their picture that you've got the 3D floor effect there. I really like this kitty cat, and I like these stairs. So those are the ones, and I like this sunset. Those are the ones I'm probably most likely to use off of this plate. Maybe this one with the river It's highly unlikely I would use those very often, but hey, you never know, right? So, and then we have our other plate here, which is mostly for French's, MXM 142. And I like this plate here for a special reason that if you've been on here before, you know that I've complained, not really complained, I mean, it's not anybody's fault but my own, and it's not even mine technically, that my thumbnails are so wide that the Frenches don't fit my thumbnails when I'm, for any reason. So what I like about this plate that I can see is that it has, you know, all of the Frenches, but it's got some corresponding singular things that I could use right down the middle of my thumbnail to correspond with the Frenches. So I do like that. I like that a lot. Because, you know, here's some, I would call it sun and moon, which could go with, you know, any of these. Just kind of have to pick and choose which one. Here's some moon ones, so would definitely go with those. Some more moon. This is just, I call it decoration, as is that one. So they would go with about any of them. Here's some more suns. So I could definitely mix and match on those. Okay. I'm going to put those over to the side and pull out our preview polishes. Now, I've seen pictures of this and I think it's just gorgeous, and I am really getting annoyed with the fact that none of my stickers are straight, nor do they stay on my bottle lately. I almost have to use a little bit of E600 to glue those down. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do our swatches. So we've kind of seen what that, and they do their swatch on or their painting on the Pearl Prism, which is great because, like I said, I think I'll do a reverse stamp, but it's not going to be the whole huge one that they did, because that's just way beyond my skill level. And right now it is Monday evening after I've got off work, so it's also beyond my patience level, you know. So here we go. We're doing the prism. It's gorgeous, and you can see it's got pink and purple reflectors in it. I really like that color a lot. I'm gonna have to 2-coat that at least, though. This says on clean prep nail, apply a base coat, then a coat of Pearl Prism. Well, I didn't do a base coat, but that's okay. Now we're gonna do the electric blue color. So that's a really, really, really bright blue, obviously. So there's a lot you can do with that, and I'll probably use that in my reverse stamp as well. So all right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab an ice cube stamper, and we're gonna get busy on doing that reverse stamp. Okay, hopefully I've got what I want here. So first we're gonna go ahead and do this pearl again to get a second coat on here, so we can have a nice good base coat to put this stamp on. It's such a pretty color. And we will go ahead and swatch that as well. And we're going to do the blue again, just because. Okay. I'm still trying to decide what I want to do with this, so bear with me while we kind of let those do that. We will go ahead with our swatching though. Because we're swatching, I'm going to use some of these Frenches to do that with. I think it'll be easier in the long run. Excuse me, sorry. Goodness. All right, so we're going to put this down here, and I'm going to swatch this color here, which again, I absolutely love this color. Okay. And we can see the iridescence on that, and it shows up really well in the black, of course, but it shows up on the white too, so it's not completely non-usable on the white. I'm about due for a new sticky stamping station. Good thing I have one in reserve. All right, so we got that off. There we go. We'll go ahead and clean our plate. And we will go in with this as well. And we're going to use a different one just for the heck of it. We'll use this one over here. Pull that through. And there we go. And there's our electric blue. So that's what we've got for today. Those. I'm gonna wipe this off again. Okay. Now, there was another trick I learned or heard about, and from Maniology themselves. And I have to find it. So right now, I am looking for some micro polishes. All right, so while watching, I think it was Devin the other day, she was doing some reverse stamping and gave a good suggestion on how to make sure that you don't smudge your lines a lot. So I'm going to try that out today with this reverse stamping and see how that goes. So, all right, I've got to pick one. All right, we're going to use this one for the most part, mostly because, well, it won't take a lot of stamping on my part, a lot of reverse stamping. So I'm going to use the blue as the on here. All right, I'm going to pick that up. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and clean it up now before we get started, and so that it's all clean and ready to go, because you can see on there it's a decent stamp. I mean, it's a good pickup. There's nothing wrong with this pickup. So, but what Devin was talking about, which I thought was kind of ingenious, because for some of us, especially me, I am not very good at reverse stamping yet. I need some practice. And I take a while to do it. So she said to put some smudge-free top coat on this first and let it dry a little bit. And then that way, your lines won't move when you try to reverse stamp. So you just put a little bit that on there and let that dry. And that way it'll hold those lines in place, especially for those of us like me who take a long time to potentially do your reverse stamping. Okay, so what I'm going to start with, we're just going to let that sit over there for a little bit. And again, this is why we have Lotus mats, and that's what I'm going to use it for, is for my paints for reverse stamping, and that way everything is good to go. And I've got these stamping tools, these brushes that I'm going to use. Try and figure out which one might be the better one. It's hard to know because I'm not, like I said, an expert at this. Wipe that off on my, I'm trying to make sure it's clean as can be. It's probably not because, again, cleaning is kind of one of those things I'm going like, yeah, I really don't feel like doing that. And I find that dotting for me works better because it just does. So I'm going to use kind of a medium-sized dot, I think, on that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a little bit of yellow on here, up around the sun, and then I'm going to work my way down. So that way I'm less likely, hopefully, to smudge anything with my fingers as I go through this. So I'm going to use this one here, and I'm going to smudge just around the sun at the top. And I did not need you to say smudge, I meant dot. The point is not to smudge. And the nice thing about this is because it's on the back side, I don't have to worry about going over the lines or anything like that. I just want to make sure I get into all the spots. Okay. And let's turn that over. Ah, there, see? That looks really good, even for me. Especially for me, that looks good. Okay, and then I'm gonna go with the pink. Like I said, I am just playing with this, obviously. I'm just kind of either a sunset or a sunrise, however you want to look at it. I'm gonna put it into this next area right here, right underneath the yellow. And I could probably go with a little bit smaller dotting tool here. So I'm going to do that on the next one. I'm going to go with a smaller dotting tool. So that I don't have so much of an issue there. All right, and now I've got a orange I'm going to follow up with, and then I'm going to have to get another color to finish this. So I'm going to go with the orange underneath the pink, and I'm just faking this. I'm just doing this whatever color I think would look good. I am not a color analyst. I do not look at the color wheel. I do not do any of that. I just do my thing. And I do know that on this one here, I am going to drag this orange over just a little bit with my brush to get it into that area, that little triangle area. So, let's see. Not looking too bad, especially for me. Okay, so now I'm going to get one more color. This is kind of a gray. It's got a little bit of a purple undertone to it. So it's Library Classic. So again, I'm going to take a smaller, because I'm also going to dot it right up in here in this little area right here. So that we've got that there. And then I'm going to put it in the bottom. Not horrible for me, especially. All right, so with that being done, we're going to let that sit. I'm going to put a little sticky base coat on our nail here because it's been sitting here for a hot minute while I did that. So it could probably use a little bit of a sticky base coat just to make sure that when I do attempt to transfer this stamp, it transfers. So all right. I'm going to move some of this other stuff out of the way. And then I'm going to use one of these other ones down the center of the blue here. The second part of this. So I know that's not quite ready. But I like this trick of putting a little bit of smudge top coat on there because that really helped me a lot. Because you look, when you could see this a little bit, you could see that none of the lines smudged. And I have that problem a lot where the lines move on me. And I didn't have that problem today. So that is definitely 100% a good thing to know. All right, we're going to go ahead and do this and hope for the best. Voila, look at that. Okay, I am pretty happy with that. Let's see if I can get that in the, there we go, in the camera angle here, because I keep forgetting my camera is over here. So there, that I like that. Throw a little smudge coat on top of that again to make sure that the top of that doesn't smudge any. The bottom of it is underneath, but you know, I've never seen where too much smudge coat has hurt anything. Smudge-free top coat. So there we go. There. I think that looks really pretty decent for me. You know, it's everything. It just all takes practice. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, so now what we have is, and I don't really have any good colors, but I'll go ahead and maybe just use, I'm going to go ahead and try this and see what it looks like on the blue. I don't think it's going to show up really well. At least not as well as I would want it to. But I could, I don't know, maybe be surprised. Anything's possible. Try and wipe my mat off a little bit. There, get the worst of it off so I can go then and clean it later. And it won't be like my other one, which has got lots of little dots on it. Okay. So here we go. Turn this inside out so it doesn't get any more polish on anything than is absolutely required. And I'm just going to use this one right here. I'm going to go right down the center of that thumbnail. And since it has been a hot minute since I did that, I'm also going to put a little smudge coat on top of that first, just a little sticky base coat. I'm sorry, I've got my words all tangled up today. So I apologize for that because they are all tangled. So a little sticky base coat on here. Give that about 10 seconds or so to dry. Do a little bit, clean off my plate. All right. I said it's not going to show up real well, but it might show up enough and give it that really cool look. Actually, that's not bad either. Look at that. Can you see that in the shining? How it just right there. I really like that idea of doing that because like I said before, if you've listened and been to any of mine, I just can't do Frenches on my thumbnails. They're just not wide enough. Here, for instance, you can see how the widest on this one just isn't enough. But I like doing that down the center. That's really cool. I'm going to go ahead and smudge free that real quick. And then, yeah, so I'm finally excited that this came. I was beginning to worry because, you know, there's only so many of these. And if it got lost, would I be able to get mine or not? All right, so there we go. I'm going to put these right here. I'm going to clean up my mess. I guess this is part of my mess today, our lotus mat. So we got the lotus mat, the two plates, of course. Our postcards that I like to keep in my 4x5 picture book for pictures. So there you go. And I am really, I got to say, I really like the way that turned out. I can definitely see myself wearing that. Like I said, these are probably not as often would I wear one of those, but you never know. It's like I said, I really like the kitty cat, and I don't mind this. I just don't know when I would want to wear it, but I do love the two colors. Again, Pearl Prism and Blue Beam. So there you go. I hope it was worth the wait. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got some great ideas. So anyway, thanks for joining. Everybody have a great day, and be safe out there. Bye. Hey everybody, welcome back. All right, I finally got my Black Friday order from Maniology, which if you've been around for a hot second, you also know that this has been, I've been waiting for, since Black Friday for this. So I kind of forgot what I ordered. So I'm going to have to check my order to make sure it's all here, because honestly, I don't remember what I ordered. So, odd. It looks like I ordered 6 polishes and a dual-ended pencil stamper. So, okay, so here's the dual-ended pencil stamper. I think I wanted this mainly because I don't have, and it's got a replacement head with it, so that's kind of cool. It already comes with a replacement. So, but I wanted it primarily for this brush. The cleanup brush, the brush I can use for doing ombres, that type of stuff, a very flat brush. So that's primarily why I wanted it. But I do like this idea of being able to do really small transfers without having to use a huge. So I'm going to put this jelly stamper over here in my storage area so I know where it is. And let's check out what colors we got and maybe do some swatching. So let's see. Swatching is always fun, right? Okay, so first off in here, I have the pearl, or it's lace. It's called lace, so it's kind of a sheer black. I wanted that for some things that I do that I thought that would be really cool for. And then I got S'more, which is kind of a glittery metallic brown, and Caladium, which is a sage green. So I wanted to kind of get ready for spring, and so I wanted to have some colors on hand that I could use for that. And let's see what the other 3 are that I got. Like I said, I've kind of forgotten. It's been so long. Marzipan, so a nice bit lavender it looks like. Another green, Shangri-La. I think they call that a dusty blue though. And if you put them together, well, I still think it's green. That's my eyes for you. And then Lost Gold. Wow, look at that holographic in there. Because I got Gold Rush and I wasn't very happy with it because it really didn't do what I wanted to do. So anyway, yeah, let's swatch these and see what we get. So I am going to grab another stand. And let's get busy here. All right, so. And we might even find something to use our little new stamper on. I don't know. So, all right, so we're going to set up some nails on here. Hopefully they stick. After about 2 or 3 uses, sometimes the tacky stuff isn't so tacky anymore. All right, there we go. That one looks a little questionable, but we'll see. It doesn't have to be on there for a long time, just long enough to do this, right? So, all right. And here we go. So we'll swatch and we will do a couple of nails as well. So we got a good idea of what the colors are here. So let me find a a plate, and we'll get busy here. So I'm going to pull out my Neology plate M014 so that we can do our swatches. So we get a new paper towel and get my ice cube stamper over here, and we'll get busy. All right. So first off, we're going to start. First off, I must take lace, and I'm just going to paint it onto this nail because I want to see how this, it's supposed to be kind of a sheer black. And there are times when I thought that would be really pretty to be able to put on. An extra nail, who knew? To use, so I wanted to try that. So, ooh. And I don't know about you all, but I have really got to practice slowing down when I put my polish on because I think I wipe half of it off. So there we go. That is pretty sheer, but I can see that being really pretty. We'll do 2 coats on that to see how that comes out. I don't need to swatch that, obviously. All right, so we're going to start with Caladium B440 because this is the color I really wanted because I really wanted it for spring. I thought it would be a really pretty greenish color for spring. And I could totally be wrong, but I like a sage green and I wanted to give that a try. So let's swatch it and see what we get here, and then we will paint our nail with it. So, get our, there we go. That gives good color on both white and black, so I'm happy with that. Get my sticky stamper station and clean off my stamper head here, my ice cube. There we go, get that all clean. All right, I like that. I really do like that color. So that's a color that I like personally, so I was really hopeful. So we'll go ahead and put a nice layer of paint on this nail. This is a color I can see me wearing a lot. It is a light sage, so I can definitely see me wearing that color pretty often, without a doubt. All right, so in order to keep myself from making a mess out of everything, I'm gonna do it this way. Okay, and so this is Shangri-La. It's supposed to be, I think, a dusty blue. So we're gonna put it right here. It is darker, I'll give it that. And see what we get. There, that looks pretty good. I like that color also. And we will put it on this nail and see the difference between the two when they get dry. I can also see myself wearing this color. I don't know if I would call it a dusty blue, but I'd probably call it a dusty teal personally, because I think it's got a little green in it. But I've also been told that I see colors differently than other people. So hey, we're gonna go with that. Okay, S'more, that's our next color up that we're gonna go ahead and swatch here. This, I kind of want it for some fall stuff. When it's kind of past fall, but that's okay. I'm sure I will find some other times to use it. It is kind of a chocolatey brown. Metallic color, so we'll go ahead and do this on a nail as well. Gorgeous. And now I know why they call it S'more, because it does remind me of milk chocolate. Absolutely gorgeous. Check out that color. Absolutely gorgeous. Yes, I do like that color very much. So we'll put that right there. these are some good additions to my collection here. Things I didn't exactly have. Okay, next up is marzipan. Okay, so this is more of a lavender. I've got some purples, but they just never quite seem to be what I want. So I'm hopeful that this will give me what I'm looking for. So we'll find out. There we go. Very pretty. All right, and now let's do a nail and see what we get. Also very pretty. I still don't know if that's the shade I'm looking for, but I think it's closer than anything else I've had so far. So there we go. So far, those are our shade colors. And now let's try out this holographic gold. So we got Lost Gold here. So I'm interested to see what this looks like. This will be good for New Year's is what I'm thinking. There. So, yeah, it's pretty shiny, all right. It's definitely shinier than the last gold I got, which didn't work with the design I wanted because it just wasn't dark enough. So let's see how this looks on the actual nail. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is pretty, but I would never, I don't think, wear this as a base color. But I could be wrong, but wow. Very much, very, 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 very much gold. I'm gonna close that up. Then we're gonna go back and do one more coat of the lace. I am happy with my selections. I really am. I think those look amazing. All right, let's go back and do lace. One more on the lace just to see, because this is pretty sheer, which was the point. Again, I kind of thought this would be more applicable to Halloween, but you know, it's always good to get this stuff ahead of time and not have to wait till the last minute to get the colors you want. So, there we go. All right. Well, I can definitely say I am happy with those. I think I am going to try this out on one of these that is we finished with. But first, I'm going to clean my plate. So let me grab a cotton round real quick. And get this plate all cleaned up. Because there are a lot of pretty stamps on this plate, and I haven't had the opportunity really to play with it much, but yeah. Okay. Let's see. What color would I want to use as a accent for any of these? And would this fit any of them? I don't know. All right, so this was the December Mani by Me Maniology Plate MXM141. And it's got some really small decals over here. So I'm going to use one of those. Pick one up and see how it looks. So I've got all of these here. Let's see what I have out that I can use, that I would want to use as a potential. Really nothing actually that I have out. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do this one on that just so I can see how that Actually, look, so we're going to put the Shangri-La on top of the Caladium just because I want to. There we go. There's that. Pop that off. We're just going to do this right here. Oh, look at that. I don't even have to do any cleaning, really. Just one itty bitty piece maybe right over here, just to be safe. Oh, and of course I used the side of my thingy that I made a mess out of. Okay. There. So that worked well. And I do like those two colors together, so it's a little bit harder to use this because I can't see through the stamp. So that's why it's a little off there. So I don't know how often I would use that, but like I said, I really got it for the other side, not for the little stamp. So anyway, thanks again for stopping by. I hope that maybe you saw a color or something on here that you liked. If you did and you decide you want to order something from Maniology, I do have a code for 10% off, which is Glossy Tips, just like my channel name, Glossy Tips. So if you're interested, be sure to check that out and use my code. If not, hey, no sweat. Don't worry about it. It's just there if you want it. All right, again, thanks everybody. Have a good evening. Bye.